Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode number 46. It's the 15th of September. A little shorter edition of Hobby Evolution this morning. I had some computer issues logging into my work computer this morning, so I am a little bit behind. So I was going to talk about some of my autographed baseball collection, some stories behind those. I'm going to have to push that back to a date in the future. I'm not sure when, but I will talk about some stories behind my signed baseballs here on a future episode. I do want to get to my recent mail days. I had 3 packages delivered on Saturday. I did show off one of those packages in yesterday's show, opened up the other 2, and I had 4 packages arrive yesterday. So, with all of that counted last night, the new total 492,295 Cubs cards. So, getting so close to that 500,000, and I'm still projecting to reach that 500,000 mark by the end of this month. So, very excited for that. One of the packages that arrived yesterday was a flat rate box that I bought from a fellow member of the Blowout Cards forums. I've got 2 more flat rate boxes from other members coming here in the next couple days. So that'll really boost me closer to that 500,000 mark. So and I'm paying $30 for medium flat rate boxes. Flat rates typically you can get between 1,500 and like 2,700 is the most I've received in a medium box. So if they're in boxes and they're newer, thicker cards, like the box I received yesterday, you're going to have less. So this flat rate box contained about 1,500 Cubs cards. Most of them were Topps Heritage from last year, which, hey, that's great. Because typically I'm paying $30 for a medium flat rate box for junk wax commons. I don't care if you've pulled the Ryan Sandbergs and the Greg Maddux and the Mark Grace out. I'm just looking for bulk, and at $30 for 2,000 to 2,500 Cubs cards, I feel that's a great deal for buyer and seller. So this particular member said, do you mind if they're all newer Heritage? Hey, that's fine with me. It's going to be less volume, I know that, but it's going to be newer cards. So, instead of having 3,000 copies of an 87 Topps card, I can have 1,000 copies of 19 Heritage. So he threw in, to fill the box out, he threw in some Bowman Chromes, and there was some good stuff in this box. I've been impressed because when I pay the $30 for a medium flat rate box, my expectation is super low. Like I said, junk wax commons, I don't care if Rhino's not in there. If it's a bunch of Doug DeCenzo cards, Les Lancaster and Jeff Pico, that's fine with me. If there's Rhino and Maddux and Grace and Sosa, that's just a bonus in my eyes. So some of these boxes have really been filled with some good stuff. This particular box had a bunch of 2019 Heritage. There was a bunch of Javi Baez, which is my number one player PC. I think the Bryants and maybe the Rizzos were pulled, but there were a bunch of Javi Baez. I went through them quick when I was counting, so there could have been Bryant and Rizzo. I'm not sure, but there was a Javi Baez rookie card from Bowman, a few Jorge Soler rookie cards from Bowman. So that was a nice little pleasant surprise. And then one of the boxes, 400 count box, was filled with what appears to be Bowman. So I pulled out, and they're in team bags. Each of these has 40 Ryan Jensen first Bowman Chromes. And every single packet of these is a 40 count pack of Ryan Jensen Bowman Chrome first. So there were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there was an 8th. So what's that? 8 times 40? 400 Ryan Jensen, first Bowman Chromes. He's still in the minor leagues, but he was a first-round pick a couple years ago. So be pretty cool if he pans out to be a starter in the big leagues. So that was a cool little surprise. I have 2 more flat rate boxes coming this week. So in reality, I may be able to hit 500,000. It's going to be tough to hit it by this weekend, by Saturday, but don't count it out. Could reach 500,000 by the weekend. One other note before I head out this morning, my Allen and Ginter case has been shipped. I received a shipping notification on either Sunday night or Monday. I think Sunday night. The label had been created. So my expectation was I ordered it from Dave and Adams, and I expected them to ship it Wednesday and for me to receive it Friday. And my UPS guy usually comes, or FedEx usually comes in the afternoon. So I was expecting Friday afternoon would be when the case was to me on my doorstep, or actually at my door because a signature is required. So I checked it multiple times yesterday, and it finally had been released. So there is tracking. It was sitting in Buffalo at like 6 p.m. last night. I checked this morning, and it's in Erie, Pennsylvania. So it is in transit, and my case of Allen and Ginter is on its way. Scheduled delivery is Wednesday. Hopefully that is the case. That is the official street date for Allen and Ginter. So I'm hoping I can get it at release day. I have a day off that I need to use by the end of this month from work. So I'm going to use it this week, either Thursday or Friday, just depending on when the case is set to arrive. So my wife looked at me kind of funny and made a remark that you're gonna take a day off of work for baseball cards. Absolutely. Now during this pandemic, absolutely. What else am I going to take a day off for? I'm not going anywhere. So excited for the case of Allen and Ginter to arrive, and hopefully that does arrive tomorrow, at some point tomorrow afternoon on release date. So that is all I have for today. I will update tomorrow on that case. Any mail that is set to arrive, I think I do have a couple packages that were scheduled to arrive today. I've got a couple trade packages tonight that I'll be getting up, some eBay sales to package up. I want a clear slate for when that case of Ginter arrives, because for a few days, that's where my hobby will lie, is opening boxes. I'll do most of them on video, if not all. I'll be ripping all 12 boxes, and then sorting and listing in my eBay store. So you can find the link to my eBay store on the website 1millioncubs.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at 1millioncubs. Any questions, drop me a line here in the chat, or reach out to me via Twitter. That's the best on social media, or an email, a little slower, via the email at 1millioncubs.com. That's all for today. Have yourselves a great Tuesday.